Assalamu alaikum. I am Dr. Shabiruba. My topic is draw and label the muscles. Firstly, we will draw the skeletal muscle. We will draw two sections of the skeletal muscle. Firstly, we will draw the transverse section. Firstly, we will draw the longitudinal section of the skeletal muscle. As you all know that the skeletal muscle is cylindrical in shape. So, in that longitudinal section, you will see the skeletal muscle in this way. These are the two skeletal muscle fibers. We will fill the cytoplasm inside the skeletal muscle fiber. This is the longitudinal cylindrical skeletal muscle fiber. As you all know that the skeletal muscle fiber is show cross striations, which is I band, dark band, and the I band, light band, and the A band, which is a dark band. So we will draw the cross striations in the skeletal muscle fiber in this way. These are the cross striations of the skeletal muscle. What about the nucleus? As you all know that the nucleus in the skeletal muscle fiber is multinucleated and the nucleus is located periphery. So we will draw the nucleus in the periphery. On both sides. Then in between two skeletal muscle fiber, we will draw the ground substance having nucleus of the fibroblasts, and here is the blood vessel. So this is muscle fiber. These are cross striations. This is the peripheral nucleus. Now we will draw the transverse section of the skeletal muscle. If we take the transverse section of the skeletal muscle in this region here, you will see that the skeletal muscle fiber is in the form of muscle fascicles, and the muscle fascicle is surrounded by a connective tissue which is called perimysium. In the muscle fascicle surrounded by the perimysium having the muscle fibers. In the cross section, the cylindrical muscle fiber appear circular. These are the transverse section of the skeletal muscle fiber. We will fill it with cytoplasm. Fill up the space. Because the muscle fiber is packed. Now, in the transverse section, you will also see the cross striations. So draw darkly cross striations. In between the muscle fibers, we have ground substance. Draw the ground substance. What about the nucleus? The nucleus is located periphery. Here, you will draw the nucleus. In every muscle fiber, you have to draw the nucleus. But located periphery. This is the fibroblast in the ground substance, and we will draw a blood vessel here in the ground substance. So this is perineum, connective tissue surrounding the fascicle. This is muscle fiber, the transverse section of muscle fiber. These are the cross striations, and this is the peripheral nucleus. Now coming to the next muscle which is the cardiac muscle. The cardiac muscle is also the striated muscle, but now we will draw the cardiac muscle, but the difference is the fiber of the cardiac muscle is branched here, and the two fibers of where the two muscle fibers join each other, they are joined by the disc, which is called intercalated disc. Now fill up the cytoplasm in the cardiac muscle. We have to draw cross striations in the cardiac muscle. Here we can see the two muscle fibers are joined, so we will draw the intercalated disc. This is the intercalated disc. This is cross striations. What about the nucleus? The nucleus of the cardiac muscle is located centrally. It may be single or it may be bi. The area surrounding the nucleus, perinuclear sarcoplasm, is lightly stained than the other surrounding area. So we will shade dark it. So perinuclear area is lightly stained. Fill the ground substance. Draw the ground substance here. And in the ground substance, you will draw the fibroblasts and the blood vessel. Now coming to the transverse section, this was the longitudinal section. Now coming to the transverse section. For the transverse section, if we take the transverse section here of the cardiac muscle, what we will see, it is surrounded by the connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. We will draw the muscle fiber of the cardiac muscles. We will draw the cytoplasm. We will draw cross striations here. Draw the ground substance. What about the nucleus? Then draw the nucleus in the center. So this is a muscle fiber. This is central nucleus. These are cross striations. And this is intercalated disc. Now coming to the third muscle, which is the smooth muscle. Longitudinal section of the smooth muscle. In the longitudinal section of smooth muscle, the shape of the muscle fiber is spindle shaped. Here, they are arranged in fascicles. They have tapering ends and central is bulging. One tapering end of the smooth muscle lie adjacent to the other tapering end, closely packed. And in the next layer, you will draw alternating like this. That above the tapering end, the bulging end lie. These are the I have drawn the three layers of the muscle fiber, smooth muscle. Fill up the cytoplasm. They are non-striated muscles, so we will not draw any cross striations. Draw the ground substance. What about the nucleus? The nucleus of the smooth muscle lies centrally. Now, coming to the transverse section. In the transverse section of the smooth muscle, we will see different sizes of muscle fibers. Why? Because if we take the transverse section in this region, we will take the central enlarged or dilated end, but the tapered end of the lower muscles. So this is the muscle fascicle. In this muscle fascicle, we have different sizes of the muscle fiber. This is the upper one, dilated part, and this is the tapered part. So different sizes of the muscle fibers in the transverse section. What about the fill up the cytoplasm? What about the nucleus? You have to draw nucleus only in the central portion of the dilated part here. Not in the tapered part. As you can see that in the tapered part, nucleus is not present. Fill up the ground substance, draw the ground substance. Now these are the muscle fiber. This is the central placed nucleus. And this is the tapered end of the muscle fiber. Thank you.